For once, Barry's not the one with mommy and daddy issues. Frost is getting real frosty, and say hello to Sensual Wells. We're talking The Flash, back in The Flash.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, the buzz.
Oh, it's that drop.
The drop does it for me always.
Every time.
Every week. What is up, guys? We're back for another episode of The Flash Season 6, Episode 3. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, but before we get into all of that, before we get into our really fun new segment, Meta Tweets, I want to introduce you guys to my crew. First up to my left, he is a DC expert, host of the Titans After Show for AfterBuzz TV, and a merch connoisseur, if you will, of DC items, Jeff Williams in the building.
What's up, what's up? Today we're rocking Robin. Talking about Titans, rocking Robin, you know, all DC. Hey, are we going to get Robin in the DC crossover?
I don't know, but I do know you're Robin, my Halloween party date, and
wow.
we'll discuss it later. Further down to the left, another lady on the panel with me. She has moves swifter than the Flash, Bolly star herself.
What?
Shiksha Mahtani.
Oh,
Hey, boo.
thank you for that intro.
You're so welcome.
So excited to be here with you guys today. Let's talk Flash.
Let's do it. And on the very, very end, king of noticing the weirdest and smallest details that are important later on in the plot line. And also a Flash after show veteran, my boo, Zach Silverman.
What's
How
up,
are
Drew
you?
Jones?
What's up?
What's up, panel?
What up, what
Are we ready
up?
for this tonight?
Let's do it.
I'm pretty ready. And if you guys don't know who I am, I would like to consider myself the DC princess. I'm your girl, Drew Jones. And we have much to talk about. This episode is really kind of setting up the season. How did you guys feel about tonight's episode?
I thought the episode was all right. It was definitely like a filler episode for me. It was one of 23. That's how I pretty much felt about it.
Okay, I actually enjoyed it. I didn't see it as a filler episode. There were so many different things going on. We finally got Wells, which made my night. Yeah, I liked it.
I'm going to have to agree. I liked tonight's episode.
Yay.
It was fun. It was a little bit more in line of, I guess, maybe the older episodes where, you know, each episode in season 1 and 2 is going to be who's the big baddie and we have to go take him down kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's nice.
I think as much as it kills me to agree with you, I'm going to have to go with Jeff on this one.
no.
It's clearly split down the middle over here.
Come on. It's great over here.
It's a little bit of a filler episode for me, but I do think it laid down some important foundation for the rest of the season. You know, a lot did happen tonight. We kind of get to see more of Ralph's background. We do meet new Wells this episode. Mm-hmm. And then we have, for the Snowberry fans out there, we had some Barry Killer Frost mojo going on. But let's hop right into it. Ralph is dealing with the mommy issues. We meet, we see Debbie, his mom, who...
Mama Digby.
Mama Digby. Mama...
Right?
So her name is
Ralph Digby.
Yeah.
Mama Digby.
Why is that such a mouthful?
I don't know.
So what is her
really
name?
weird.
Deborah
Digby.
Digby?
Say it 5 times fast.
Hey, but wasn't
Ralph's
I
mom.
talking about, like, where is Ralph's mom every episode? Like, she's in, like, Timbuktu one episode, or like, the Bermuda Triangle the next one, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, she's in Central City all of a sudden, and she's got, like, 6 boyfriends. Ex-boyfriends.
Ex-boyfriends.
Honestly,
Let's
goals.
definitely say 6 ex-boyfriends.
Okay.
All of her ex-boyfriends are dead, which, like, that's a lot. Allegedly, they're dead. They're not.
Yes, they're not dead.
Come to find out. But we get to see Cecile kind of take her new role as helping... she was helping MetaHuman. She's not a meta, but you know, she's doing a favor for Ralph. That whole storyline. How did you guys feel about it? Because I felt like it was kind of...
Oh, it blurred so many lines.
Yeah.
One, she's still the DEA. Mm-hmm. Just hasn't switched to jobs that I know of. It wasn't established at all. They walked into a underground gambling facility, didn't do anything about it, and then watched Ralph's mom gamble as well while Ralph stole something. I don't know. It kind of blurs a lot of lines for a cop, let alone the DEA, right?
I don't think she's she's not the DEA in this predicament. Like she's
I don't think she's it anymore.
She's like
So
attorney
that's just that.
or her like
that conversation with her. And
I think
Joe,
I think that's us assuming that is
had,
it. Like she's like she stepped down and now she's representing Ralph's mom. And that, are you able to do that? Probably not. And realistically, but it's Central City. She's gonna do what she needs to do. She feels it's right, and that's what happened. I didn't like the whole situation. I kind of felt like it was kind of cheesy for his mom to be brought into the story, but that was just me.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. The whole Cecile angle was not clear, especially the way that they ended the last episode. Where are we at with her? None of us were sure, but I did like seeing Ralph have a different side of him, his family side. It's not something we really get to see much of, so his personal side was cool to see, in my opinion.
It makes me kind of nervous, though, that we're getting all these new characters that we should technically care about, because I'm like, oh, you're all dying. Ralph's mom, I'm like, you're going to go, Debs.
It was nice.
Well, I know that in the comments, a lot of people were feeling overwhelmed with all the new characters. Like, oh my God, I can't keep up. There's no character development at that point, which I actually agree with. And now we're getting even more characters. What are we going to do? They're not going to last very long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to jump too much, but on the same lines of that, you see that, what is his name? Sorry. Do you see that the girlfriend that is working with Iris, she wasn't there in this episode anymore. I think that role has kind of been taken over because of another actor that was in there that we saw from last week's episode. I see that's another example of like too many characters losing people that we're supposed to be invested in. And like Cisco's girlfriend, that is the person I'm talking about. I forgot. Yeah,
because instead of building on her character, we're now focusing on Allegra. Exactly. And it's like, oh my God, who do we care about?
Yeah, it's like they're almost giving every one of the main characters someone that they could risk losing. And
that's an interesting take. I kind of took it in a different way of our main characters who once was mentored by someone who has gone are now the mentors to new mentees. So, like, Iris is now the mentor to Allegra, and I guess it kind of blends together. She is going to have to care about her and possibly losing her. Makes you care for them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does kind of make me nervous, though, that, like, I know some people don't like Cecile. I like Cecile. I think she is a necessary character. Not necessary, but I think she pulls her weight as far as a character. But what makes me nervous is we're getting a lot less Joe. And I know that last season... he
hurt his back.
Cecile Martin hurt his back, so he couldn't. But he's back this season, so it's like, why are you still kind of in the back? I don't know. It makes me a little.
It's probably nervous. Something that the writers saw, like, oh, we don't necessarily. He hasn't been around, and the rest of the cast can hold on to their own, so we don't necessarily need to continue bringing him back. It's one of those like, we care for you, but we saw something different that worked, and we're going to go with it.
But they gave him captain, so now he's captain, and we're not really getting to see him in that role as much.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Which is sad, and I think it just also goes back to we have too many characters. The writers were like, okay, well, we have to give everybody their time, and then where does Joe fit in on that?
I'm actually going to disagree and counter with what you kind of just said, because last episode we saw... I forgot who it was, but someone mentioned, Joe, you need to stay back. Like, you're the captain. And he, like, ran after a character, like, shooting at them, which is something a detective would do. Captain's job, let's face it, it's kind of boring. They just sit behind a desk and they oversee a lot of things. So what could the writers really give Joe to do, realistically, working in his job?
I would like to see him and maybe like Iris team up more on a research aspect in like a investigative.
She goes to her dad, kind of.
Yeah, because it just makes me nervous because like I swear, Flash writers, if you kill off Jesse L. Martin, me and all of the Rent fans around the world will riot.
There's too much soul right there. To
listen.
We miss out on an entire Christmas episode every single season because of that now. Like he's always singing.
Listen.
One episode.
That voice was touched by the Speed Force. Okay, don't mess with it.
A lot of people in the chat keep saying that he's just taking care of his kids. Logan Knight said Joe is taking care of the kids. Plus, he doesn't have anything to do with this episode. Wait, it makes sense.
He didn't have anything to do with this. It's just like we're 3 episodes in. I don't feel like he's been heavy. You're giving us a lot of new characters. It just makes me nervous. Please please leave Joe alone. You already took Wally. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and Wally might be gone forever, but
Stop
He
it.
kind of took himself.
okay, but I'm just saying, don't do it.
Yeah.
But we find out that Ralph's mom was lying about all of her boyfriends being dead.
Of course.
She must be an Aquarius because we pretend our exes are dead. We pretend they don't exist anymore. I relate to you, sis.
I don't know. I feel like the writers kind of just did us like fast and loose because every episode leading up to this, even last season, Ralph would talk about his mom and like her being somewhere else, and now all of a sudden she's kind of this like, I don't want to say low life, but like something swept under the rug. Like she just like is out gambling. She's with all these like skeevy guys. She's arrested potentially for robbing, or she has this whole rap sheet which we didn't know about up until this point. So it's like a big plot twist that is almost unnecessary just to make an episode.
I think they do it though so you get a better understanding of why Ralph's the way he is, and
that
then
makes perfect sense.
the
Yes.
whole like you deserve love type thing. I feel like we're getting Sue Dibney like soon. Like I feel
She's
like
coming soon.
Yeah, I feel like Ralph's gonna get a lady, but that's another character.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what we kept talking about last season.
But we want Sue
looks.
to come on.
Yeah,
we want that.
I
but
want her, but
even
It is another character.
even though I don't agree with this could lead into your theory with him getting his own show. Because you're introducing his mom right now. You're introducing Sue. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you're introducing Sue.
Well,
That's a third character that could be in that world because it is way too many people for the Flash. That could be a reason to get people out.
yeah, well, they were saying that if they did do a spinoff for Ralph, it would be him crime fighting with Sue. So I would love to see that. Just saying.
I mean they would have the space because Arrow's leaving the air.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Batwoman's for. It's just as dark. There's that.
I'll be the first one in line to watch that. Just saying.
I'd probably watch it. At least
Yes,
for the first
changing
episode.
your tune.
I'd watch you guys' after show.
I would watch it for Hartley Sawyer because we really liked him when he
was
came in.
awesome.
I will support Hartley because he's a great dude. So I think I don't think he would sign on to something that wasn't like well done. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance.
Very true.
Hallelujah.
Okay. Speaking of giving a chance, we want to thank you guys for giving us a chance and for checking us out every week, for being faithful to the show, to AfterBuzz TV. But you guys, we don't just do superhero shows. We are so much more than that. We have so many channels that you guys can check out, so make sure to like and subscribe to all of them. We do reality, we do drama, we do red carpets because we're fancy. So we're not just on YouTube, honey. We are on Apple, okay? iPhones, check it out. If you got Android, we're on Spotify. So
We everywhere.
like and
Everywhere.
subscribe. But for real, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in every week, for showing us love, for the comments, whether they're crazy or they're not. You know, I see you. You know who you are. We appreciate it, and we thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. You know, we out here. Speaking of being out here, New Wells, sensual Harry Nash Wells.
Was he sensual?
I thought a little.
I didn't get that.
I was
got
feeling
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
He kinda-
straight Indiana
I mean,
Jones.
but when he was pulling up to Iris, he was like, I was like, honestly, big mood. You know, I get it. she's very pretty. But how do we feel about Nash?
I didn't see enough of him. I was really excited to see Wells finally, but I wanted more. It was so little, you know? So I don't really have an opinion of him yet.
Yeah, I mean, just to go along with that, I thought it was just a tease. It was kind of unnecessary because we don't even know what he was looking. He said he was looking for ethium or earthium or something along those lines.
Ethereum.
Eternium.
Okay, but yeah, he was looking for that, and then at the end we see him like looking into the sewers and like, I see it, and we didn't really get anything. That's why like there was a lot of things in this episode from Ralph to this. Is like I feel like we didn't really gain anything, and this is just one of them.
But at least there was Wells. I'll take it.
I mean, there could have been a photo of Wells in the back. There would have been
Okay,
Wells.
whatever.
There wasn't enough to go off of how I feel. I'm just nervous because I feel like we're getting to the point where I'm getting tired of new versions of Wells. Because I feel like I feel like it's taking away what we love about Harrison Wells because you have to keep changing up this you know, character, and it's almost becoming like a punchline.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is.
they called it out
Yeah.
in the episode.
Yeah.
Cisco's
Yeah, they
just like,
did.
this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna hate each other at first, but then you're gonna find that sensitive soft side, and you'll find that we bond over something
That was
great.
funny. I liked that. But you're right, actually, because you fall in love with the Wells of the season, and then he's just gone. I don't like that part. I'd be very okay with them just choosing one and sticking to it, and that's it.
But I think Tom Cavanaugh like has it to where he gets to play a new Wells every season, but it just kind of feels forced at this. Please don't drag me. It feels a little forced at this point. And I mean, who knows? Maybe I will like Nash, but I just get nervous that it's going to be one of those things where it doesn't feel like it fits the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, I like the Wells from like season 3 or 4, I think. And when he was gone, it was just upsetting. Last season was okay, but not my favorite Wells. So
Sherlock or whatever.
Sherlock.
God.
Yeah,
At least we're past that one.
yeah, exactly.
That one was
New
a lot.
season, new him.
But Allegra is actually the one who notices that there is this new Harrison Wells. She thinks it's OG Harrison Wells. But do we know for sure if she knows about the multiverse, kind of, right? Or no? Multiverse?
No, she learned about
Multiverse.
it in the episode.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Yeah.
she learned
No,
about
she
it.
didn't learn about anything.
But I feel like she heard it. I feel like she overheard them.
Something.
But literally, Iris was like, "We can't tell you anything. Just know that I will tell you in the future." She didn't say anything like, "This is a different version. This is someone
Yeah.
else. There's a different world." Like she just left it at, "We're not gonna tell you anything. You just have to trust me."
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
she doesn't know anything.
And the thing is, Iris should know better because Allegra is almost like a younger version of Iris. So Iris should know that Allegra's not going to take no, just like that. So
Well, I mean, the Flash team in general should stop with the secrets because it.
They talk about it in the episode too, and this isn't the first episode that they do this. It's like people keep secrets from him, and at the end they're like, "Oh, we shouldn't do that." It doesn't go over so well, but we're
Yeah.
gonna do it next episode and see if we actually learned our lesson or not.
See if maybe we have a different outcome.
guys, see Royalty Music in the comments is saying Allegra is the new Nora for the season.
I hope
I
not.
see that, though. I see that she's the young person.
yeah.
She is a metahuman. I can see that.
Yeah.
They're just making a lot of people that I feel like they're gonna kill off, and it's. I see Allegra triggering Iris to be like a Nora, where she feels protective of her, and something happens maybe that gives her that PTSD of losing Nora. But yeah, I don't
It's
know.
hard to get invested in these characters because we know a lot of them are just gonna get killed off or
Shipped
hurt.
off or-
Yeah,
yeah.
something.
How do we know everybody's dying?
because it's too many people.
It's too many people.
Yeah, you can't keep bringing that back logistically each season.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Legends of Tomorrow, they stay having like 10 people rocking that boat. So the Flash team, we can keep
guess.
There's
everybody.
reasons why I don't watch that show.
That is another fact. That is another fact.
Well, we start off the beginning of this episode with essentially Barry and Iris deciding to keep a secret, and that's that Barry is gonna be dead as a doornail in about 2 months.
I
And
don't know why I laughed.
we kind of have they tell the team that, hey, December 10th, 2019, baby, we're all up in flames. This is how it's going. And, everyone rightfully so is like, WTF, including our girl, Frost, who is like, I just pulled up to the party. This is unfair. There's too many ice cream flavors. How do I know which one's my favorite? I feel that.
I love those analogies. That's great.
She told everybody from the jump that she didn't want to die. That's why she didn't even come out. So the first
Yeah.
thing that happens, like her first week, hey, so like you're gonna die in a couple weeks. Just like be ready. That's the worst feeling for her. But I love the end of it for the party. That was literally my favorite part of this episode.
Definitely.
DJ Snake Eye?
Yes.
I agree. I'm not a Snowberry fan. I'm not.
Me neither.
They're not happening.
No,
Okay,
ever.
No.
it's West Allen all day.
Yeah.
gang. But I do, and I didn't really like the Caitlin Snow and Barry friendship just because it's like watching two labs play together. It's just like cool about like what's happening here. It's kind of really vanilla and boring. But I do like Frost and Barry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do
Yeah,
like
a
that
lot.
friendship.
Yeah. Frost brings up, I don't know, I like Frost's relationship with everybody. Mm-hmm. She's just different, and she spices things up.
She challenges people in a different way. Like Barry, I mean, there's people that kind of go at Barry, but kind of still stay in line. She's like, no. Not only is she not going to listen to her, she's kind of naive still in the fact that she's new to everything, so she wants to try it. So put both of those in the fact that she's different than anyone's ever.
She'll call you out. Yeah.
She'll call you out, do something crazy, and might like put the knife up to your throat just because she's pissed off or something. She didn't get to see her show or whatever. Yeah. Or the ice cream.
She's a big angry toddler with ice powers, and I like that.
I like that.
I'm here
angry
for it.
Toddler.
But the whole episode is basically them trying to chase down Mitch Romero, who's dead.
Essentially been dead for 24 hours.
And gooey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we find out that he's connected to Ramsay. Ramsay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ramsay.
Yep.
And they kind of have some weird little...
Yeah.
Miming. Or what is it? Not miming. What is it?
That's
just...
Like the mimicking.
Symbiosis.
Yeah, mimicking.
Yeah.
That was
reminded
weird.
me of The Parent Trap when Lindsay Lohan is realizing she's also Lindsay Lohan. Except, like, not as cute. You know? But, yeah, that whole... I mean, I get what they're doing there with the Romero thing, but it just felt very dragged out a little to me, personally. But I do think I think we needed to learn that Ramsay has control, because obviously it's like, oh, he's definitely going to make more of these.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's going to happen. But I don't know. There was something about just, like, it just felt very dragged out, whereas I felt like it could have been kind of like...
One and done.
It was their way of showing Ramsay kind of being a part of the team and being friendly with them before he becomes the big bad. And so I think it was kind of necessary for that reason to show them being friendly.
Just taking heat off of him.
A little bit, yeah.
Can't reveal the big baddie, like, right away.
Yeah, so it's like they're building that story, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then showing us what he can now kind of do. So I think it's just a build-up.
But it's not like they gained trust in him. Barry knows that he tried to steal from him. He knows
I didn't expect that.
He still knows that he's desperate. Like, there was no trust being given for him. So, like, what was the point of it? Like, I'd rather him just gain the powers the first time he injected himself with it. Because I never really understood what's the point of saying, oh, I can control this person. He could have just learned it through having his powers. I didn't see the point of him being with Team Flash because they didn't gain any trust in him.
The problem with that is that what happened in the episodes prior to that, like, he was attacked by the guy, and, like, he was again attacked in this episode until he realized when he said stop, then control started to come about. So it's not like he would have known or realized, like, oh, I could control and just make these guys.
Yeah.
Like, he was afraid for his own life as well. He was attacked.
Yeah.
And he just, like, I mean, the way the episode ended was, like, he was attacked and just, like, woke up the next day kind of thing, and the guy left. So I hear what you're saying, but I don't think you're too right.
I think what bothered me more than anything was obviously Frost knows Ramsay's a little sus because she was there when he asked Caitlin, and I just don't feel like that her knowing that was taken seriously enough. You know, for
like,
her
why
to be
bring him to the lab, to Star Labs of all places where there's a decent amount of
I just need them to stop. Like, Star Lab should not be a welcome all. It should not be everyone can come in and kiki it up.
They had a party. They had a full-on party in Star Labs.
People don't know. Yeah, they really did. Legit did. But people don't realize or know that this is, like, the Flash headquarters.
They don't, but the Flash...
Still, yeah.
But I'm saying, like, every single season, it's, oh, we should get security. Or, we should stop letting randos in here. And we are...
Yeah, but it's still also a lab that should... Like, I think at one point last season or season before, they almost wanted to try and reopen Star Labs for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, it could work. And to slowly bring people in, especially reputable scientists like Rosso. I can never say his name right. Ramsay, because he showboated, like, the biggest hematologist of the whole Western Hemisphere. I think that would be kind of notable for Star Labs to kind of reopen and like, have more people around.
I just think if there's already this sus feeling the suspicious feeling, for those who aren't as hip to the lingo, about Ramsay. Good night. About Ramsay, like, why bring him into somewhere that's full of knowledge and dark matter?
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
No, they should be keeping it under the radar. Yeah, no.
They don't even know that he's
gonna
gonna be the enemy. Like, they're just bringing anyone. They're being too naive with it continuously. Every time you bring in someone new, it happens to be the bad guy.
How about this then? Is it naive that they brought him in where they could all watch over him in their own confines of like their territory that they know, or him be off somewhere random and they have to go find him with this dark matter and kind of might be blindsided by something?
Are you watching over him though? Like, he almost technically
Caitlyn was in there and then Barry was in there.
But if he wasn't able to control the guy, he would have died. So it wasn't really too many people watching over him because during that time there was no one there. So he could have ended up taking something.
Guys, EJ Matter is saying that they have tried to keep people out and it never works, so just embrace it. I guess. Okay.
Where's the security system ever been?
Well, they try to keep it secure and it never works. Ever. So yeah.
Sick of it.
Star Lab security is like horrible.
Trash.
How do you guys feel about Ramsay as a baddie?
As something to look at? I love.
No.
As a bad guy?
Not what I think I said.
As a bad guy?
As a bad guy.
Oh, he's a baddie. No,
He's a baddie. No, I like it. I like villains that think they're doing something for the greater good and slowly, like,
are they giving
lose
that
it.
us too quickly? Like, is it almost like pulling the rug out from underneath us? Because I feel a little gypped by who he is and what he's doing and how fast they're ramping things up to where, like, oh, I have HLH and I need this. And it's more than that because he goes from stealing it and then killing somebody, and now next episode we saw so much like how like it just the ramp that's dialing up of crazy murderous villain has gone too fast for me.
I kind of like it though. I feel like it's a desperation thing, whereas the Thinker was this long.
But how is it so desperate when he gave himself dark matter and he we saw last episode he was cured?
I thought he said in this episode that he was still dying.
He was still Yeah,
but last episode we saw that he had 0 HLH cells in his body.
But I thought it was implied that it was coming back.
Yeah.
Like that was just a short-lived situation.
I think so.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with Zach in that it's happening way too fast. I do think that they should have spent a little bit more time developing his character as a human, as a friend of Kate's, just developing that so we can actually like him and then be disappointed by him. Which they didn't do. It was just immediately in the first episode.
I kind of want it to be sped up though so that we can get done with him and deal with the crisis.
But isn't he gonna be in both halves of the season?
Supposed to be.
Yeah,
some
so
people in the chat
was
saying Godspeed is gonna be like the baddie.
I hope so because they can't keep teasing them and just not like
season after season.
It's like, here he is. Joke's on you. There's 5 of them that we don't see because they're during the summer, but it's fine. I'm not mad or anything.
That's funny.
It's
Jesse
whatever.
Jones agrees Ramsay's okay for a villain so far. Most of the chat's still stuck on the security system, but it's okay. We're moving on, guys.
As they should be, because there is none.
I think I like that Ramsay's going fast because I don't want it to get stressed out like the Thinker, because the Thinker you almost sympathize with the Thinker for a minute there. I don't want to sympathize with Ramsay. I want to just straight up be like, oh, he's a bad guy. I don't want to be like, well, he might have a point. Like, no, like Ramsay's just bad, and I like that, and I like the angle of desperation and it making him lash out and do crazy things and kind of take over him and become manic.
But he's trying to help people, right? That's where he started from, that he wants to help people. So he's supposed to be a good person going bad.
But he wasn't. That's the thing.
I guess.
He was really just trying to help himself because he saw his mom die and he thought she was a coward for not fighting.
He's a bit of an elitist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which he kind of reminds me of Black Lightning. Fans will know. He kind of reminds me of Odell a little bit from Black Lightning, where it's his version of greater good isn't necessarily the greater good. It just benefits him more.
Totally.
It's his greater good, but it doesn't mean it's everyone else's.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like that's what we have with Ramsay, and so that's why I'm kind of excited to see how that works out.
Okay.
But
You're not excited?
Right. Well, I'm just disappointed
Yeah.
by the way that it's happening.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
it's just
I
happening
feel that.
too fast for me, so not as invested.
yeah, I feel that. I feel like after 6 seasons, like you have to get kind of weird with how you, once you've had so many
Yeah, I guess.
baddies.
I honestly would have been okay with them not having a reason for us to feel any type of bad for him. Like him, if the villain was just straight bad for being bad's sake.
those.
Just because it's a change of pace, like there's always been a reason for good, bad, whatever. That there's been every villain. Change it up, just be totally different about it. Just be bad for bad's sake.
Just be bad
Don't
for bad
humanize
sake.
him, basically. Okay.
I think it'd be a change of pace, but
It would be a change of pace. That's true.
We do kind of get a change of pace though at the end of the episode because for once we get to see them having a good time.
Yes.
They're celebrating Frosty's first birthday.
That's kind of nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I liked. I was like, okay, weird place to do it in the lab, but whatever. But it was nice seeing people smile and dance, and
Yeah.
Cisco played beer pong, and
I like that. It was Barry's idea too.
yeah.
Like, Barry's kind
That's
of
true.
embracing
Life.
his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was that whole nice like little back and forth between him and Ramsay about how to live life and who's being naive and whatnot.
Yeah, who do you think won that discussion? Because I kind of looked like Barry was like when he was running, he was like kind of dealing with what Ramsay was saying. So like, was Ramsay right in that sense? Because I didn't really get.
No, the only thing that Ramsay got to him about was that Barry was trying to be righteous, but he also left out that he didn't tell everybody that he was going to die. He just mentioned a crisis. Ramsay is telling everyone, "Hey, I'm going to die."
Yeah.
And I had to tell like my family and friends and like my mom died and all that stuff. So Barry has yet to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
he did.
I mean,
Well,
he
yeah.
does at the end,
yeah.
and
But yeah.
rightfully so. They're not too happy about it.
No, not at all. But they gave us just amount. Like I feel like they were trying to be like giving us a heavy episode because it started off a little heavy when he like introduced the crisis to everybody. I was like, oh, this is gonna be like really like one of those deep emotional talks, and they just like swept it away. And then they
That's
kind of did the
true.
same thing in the end of the episode too.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like, so you're gonna die? Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't like okay, what do we need to do? Let's do this. Yeah.
No, it was a
Which
roller
they've
coaster.
done
Like
in
you
the
go
past.
from a
Yeah.
party, you go to a lit party that's gonna like my party on Halloween is gonna be better than Drew's. It's like it was like that one. That's what they're having at Star Labs, and then you go to like all the depressing, like I'm gonna die. It's like probably what's gonna happen at the
Yeah.
other party, on Saturday. But yeah, so it was just too many different levels of like mad, like happy, fun, and mad and everything. I just didn't understand.
Yeah, it was too chill.
Yeah.
They need to be a little bit more freaked out and trying to figure out what to do about it.
But I think
Yeah.
when everyone's almost lost their life so many
many
times,
times,
it's
yeah.
like, oh,
Very true.
sure, Jan, sure you're dying.
I was like, wasn't
That's
Iris
true.
dying like last month? We fixed that.
Yeah.
Like Cisco.
Yeah.
We thought Ralph was dead. He wasn't. Like
back,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like, okay,
There's, like-
Barry, it's your turn. Stop
There's
being
not-
a wuss.
There's 9 wells. Like it's fine. We're good.
Yeah, but there's always been some sort of like urgency and wanting to figure out every possible option, and we're not seeing that with Barry yet.
I think they
The team.
almost, but I think it's almost that they don't know what to do because normally Barry's the one fronting the,
We'll
let's
change
figure it
this.
out.
Yeah, we'll figure
but
it out.
Barry's kind of accepted that this is what it is.
I
So
know,
it's like,
yeah.
I think they don't know what
How
to
to-
do quite yet.
Who's gonna be the person to take that lead though?
Iris,
It has to be.
the good sis.
Yeah, it has to be Iris.
I told you she's not
Barry's
getting out
giving
here on
up.
these streets again.
Yeah.
She's keeping her man.
But if she needs to, let me know. Just saying.
She'll pull,
Jeff.
sure, Dan. She'll be pulling up to my Halloween party. But let's hop into our special segment. Zach, let the people know what we're doing.
We are doing another meta tweet.
Ayo.
Ooh, we got that tweet noise. Love it. So, if everyone will pay attention to the screen, we have April Showers tweeting a lovely image of Denzel Washington when you realize Barry wasn't completely fooled in the lab by Ramsay. Hashtag The Flash. I knew Barry was kind of like playing at something here. I was just like, the dude has like a ton, like a whole case full of dark matter. Like, come on, Barry, you could be a little smart about it. And this perfectly describes like what I was thinking secretly inside. So next one we have by Bill Walco at
is
the
my
Hero
favorite.
Biz. Why do all the thugs on the CW superhero shows look like Nickelback? Question mark. Hashtag the Flash. Hashtag the CW.
But why?
I don't know, but like when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, blew my mind. And then Geoff Munn replied, they all filmed in Canada, so they might actually be Nickelback. I believe it.
That's awesome.
I don't know.
Very cool. That.
Yeah, it was a little weird seeing that. And then our next one by John Ashley at Big Ben 20177. We got Killer Frost to the Flash. Hashtag the Flash. Oops, did I do that? Classic.
That's my favorite.
Steve Urkel throwing the guy out the window, and just kind of was like, whoopsie. I don't know. I was kind of happy when she did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was cool with it.
I was totally fine. Barry's like, what did you do? I'm like, Barry, like,
Wasn't
way
that
worse
deep.
things could
That was
happen.
amazing.
So many worse things could happen,
Wasn't that
but
deep. He walked it off.
yeah.
Like, dog, what do you mean?
It's like, Barry, what do you expect to happen at this point? And then last, we have Faucia at Iris West Allens. Now, this is probably Drew's favorite one.
It is.
I'm Iris West Allen, and don't you forget, hashtag the Flash. I think
Period.
Period.
perfect introduction to Wells with the zap of the taser. That's right. That's who I am.
Wilson Iris did not come to play this season
No, she knows what's up.
at all. Well, thank you
Look.
for that,
And that's our
Zach.
meta tweets, guys. Keep at it. We love seeing all these things. We scan all the networks every week, so maybe you'll get featured next.
Yes, I do. Really enjoy reading all of the tweets while we're watching the show. It makes the show that much better.
Funnier.
Let's hop into news and gossip. Yes.
Yes.
Ayo.
What? All right, guys, let's talk news. So it is rumored that DC Titans will be making cameos in The Crisis. Do you think that they will? And if so, which characters? Put it in the comments. Let us know. What do you guys think? Yes, no?
I'm gonna just rock with my guy Robin right here. I want both of them, Jason Todd and Dick Grayson, and that would be dope.
Oh.
Yeah, that would
Cool.
be really cool. And in other news, showrunner Eric Wallace has said that he is very excited to be getting Kid Flash in for a couple of episodes. In those episodes, he really wants to show Kid Flash saving the Flash because he's not a kid anymore. He will also
He's
be
gonna be
fighting a classic villain from classic comic books. So I'm excited to see who that villain is going to be. And it'll be really fun to see Kid Flash saving the Flash because he's grown up now. But I really hope that doesn't mean he's going to die.
If they kill,
Just saying.
Please don't kill my mans.
Ugh,
Don't kill my
yeah.
man's Wally.
He might take Flash's place,
I know.
which would suck.
Because
Yeah.
he does. Yeah. That
Yeah.
that would make me sad. You know?
Yeah, it really would.
But I am excited to have him back because I do love Kid Flash.
Yes.
C Royalty, not to jump too much. C Royalty in music said, "I hope Gar and Raven come in. That would be dope to see Gar and Raven
yeah.
come in, and then because Gar can turn into. So far, we only see him turn into a lion, and then Raven could do all her powers. It'd be
Tiger?
huh?
A tiger?
What did I say? Lion?
Yeah.
Tiger.
I got you.
Good call. Yeah, and so that's all we're saying. But yeah, seeing those with the Flash and see, with the whole Arrowverse, that would be dope.
Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait for the Crisis. It'll be fun.
Me every day at work.
Right?
Can't wait for the crisis.
Sounds bad, but you all feel the same way, so whatever.
You're right. So,
Yep.
what do you say? What did Barry say? We have 7 weeks now. He's literally counting
it?
down to the winter finale for us.
Yeah.
He literally just said 7 weeks in the episode.
It's okay. I'm really bad at math, so I needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
December.
thanks, Barry.
Good looking out, Barry.
December 10th. That was all the news and gossip.
That is indeed.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. Well, you guys, we have to get up out of here pretty soon, so let's hop into some predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Zach,
No.
mi amor,
We don't start with me.
we gotta start with you because we don't want to start with me.
Okay, predictions for next week. Oh man. Come right back to me. Just come right back to me.
right.
I'm getting
Throwing
something
at
really
me.
quick.
Okay,
Throwing
well
at you.
then. Not necessarily for next week, but just in general, what we were talking about, Kid Flash. I do think he's gonna end up being the Flash to take over and die. But sorry, man. But I really do think that. And yeah, other than that, I'm really hoping to see Chester. Because we haven't seen him since episode 1, and I really liked his character, so...
Ooh, I did like his character. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, your turn.
So, I'm thinking next week we're going to get a little bit more Wells, and we're going to get a good explanation of Ethereum. No, Ethereum is not what it's called. That magical thing that he is searching. Eternium, thank you. And I think it's going to have to do something with actually Barry and the Speed Force itself. And that's why, like, Iris, he's picking up on Iris, and then I guess there's got to be something with that sewer that Barry was in once or twice or something that there's, like, remnants of him, you know, being spread everywhere. So that's my predictions.
I guess my predictions... If we're just talking about next episode, I definitely think there's going to be more with Ralph. I think we're going to get more layers to Ralph. I don't think this like mom story is just going to end right here. I'm expecting maybe she's going to lead him to Sue. I'm thinking that's going to be a way that he finds Sue, and I think this is going to be this is going to be why she is here, because right now I don't see a reason.
Okay.
Do you think that that'll happen next episode or like in 2 episodes since they have so many characters?
I think they might tease like her coming in. Maybe not like a full, hey, this is Sue, we should start dating, but like, hey, I got somebody for you, and then bam.
Yeah.
Okay. I think, because people keep saying that Oliver's going to die in the crisis, and that's whatever. I think somehow, you remember last season when they switched spots? I feel like somehow that's going to tie back into it, and Oliver's going to be the Flash and die that way.
Oh.
Yep.
But then
I can see that.
Barry's in Oliver's body, and that's how we... No. Right?
No, because remember, when they switched, Oliver was Barry and Barry was Oliver.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's going to work out. Okay, they make up things as they go.
But then Barry's body still dies.
No,
because Oliver was in Oliver's body when he was Barry.
Yeah. Okay, I got it mixed up in my head. Yeah.
So I think that somehow that whole mix-up
That's a new theory. I haven't heard anyone say that yet.
Oliver dies and Barry doesn't, but the Flash dies. Barry Allen dies, but it's Oliver. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
You know?
But that's just, I don't know. That's just a guess that I'm trying to combine all the theories together.
I like it. It's a great one.
That's what I've got. That's what I have. So
cool.
At me.
Okay.
But you guys, until next week, where can the people find you?
You know what? They can at me at JeffWill_Jr. on all your social media platforms.
You can find me at I am Bollygirl. That's I am BOLLY girl.
And guys, my name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with a CH Silverman 2.
And I'm your girl, Drew Jones. You guys can see me on Sundays for Watchmen and here on Tuesdays for Black Lightning and The Flash. And you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ. Until next time, y'all, we'll see you next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.